every single match. These were my ambitions from the very start. I wanted to represent the country, wanted to win matches for the country, and I'm very happy that I'm going forward in a way that I intended to. Second of all, on that question, it was not intentional. I was just running in my way, and that shoulder bash thing was completely out of it was not deliberate in that sense. I don't think there's a reaction to it or maybe a fuss out of it. So it was not that intentional.
How much are you guys discussing World Cup at this point of time? Because it's very close now. Are you guys planning for the games? Constantly talking about that. Yes, we are planning to do that because of the World Cup, or it's the usual says one game at a time. How's the chat in the dressing room?
We're taking seriously. We're taking just one game at a time. We're currently our prime focus is to win this series, to win the next match. We're already up in the series, and our prime focus is to win the series with with 3-0. That'll be great. Also, what I feel like keeping one thing at a time helps with better focus and better concentration. So we're just on that note.
Right. Firstly, in terms of playing here at Lords, as a cricketer, one always dreams playing at this venue. Your thoughts on playing here?
It's a lovely ground. It's a historic one. Definitely, any player who takes up cricket wants to play here, at least once. And I'm very happy that I'm here in this squad. Representing my country, playing against England on their home ground. So I'm very excited, but I'm still holding my nerves well, and I'm looking forward to it.
The fact that you are one up in the series and did win the T20 series as well, how's the mood in the dressing room, knowing that you have really got the upper hand right now on this tour?
See, England is a very good team, so I don't feel like there's a upper hand or anything like that because it's a game of small fractions, and given the conditions, England can bounce back. So we're not that excited. We're not that um, nervous that the fact that we're one up. We're taking one game at a time, and we're quite confident that we can win the series as well.
Yeah, Shan.
Hi, Pratika, obviously you said that you're not thinking too much about the World Cup. It's still a few months away. After this, there comes the Australia series at home.
Right.
But these fixtures like these when you play with England or Australia, it teaches a lot to you because as compared to perhaps a smaller units. I mean, how do you see this personally? What has been the learning from this series so far, and how do you plan to implement those things in your game?
See, scoring well against teams like England and Australia gives you a lot of confidence, and when we get a lot of matches against them, I think it builds, a type of confidence that is required in the upcoming series and matches. So I think it's a great initiative to play as many matches as we can. Also, the fact that our team is progressing right now is amazing, and there has been a lot of contribution from all the players.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Pratika, I have a larger question for you, which is that, as you said, it's everybody's dream to represent the country if you're playing cricket and to play in Lords. Now, we have covered the men's matches also. I'm from Rev Sports. We have covered the men's matches also, the men's practice, and today we are here, myself and my colleague here, we are both from the same organization. We are covering, the PC and the practice. Now, the room has just a handful of Indian journalists. And I'm afraid that is exactly what I will see at the practice, whereas during the men's practice, it's chock-a-block. Does that hurt you because you are representing the country, you're playing at a very high level, and the team is doing well? So can I have any responses to that?
I look at it in a very different way. I have a different perspective on that. I think the amount of media-wise and entertainment-wise, the women cricket has been growing a lot since the past decade. So I think there's a lot of scope in this game. And what I feel like, if you must have seen the matches, there's a lot of crowd here. Back in the previous days, there was not much that support and crowd as compared to now it is. So I'm very happy that the way it's progressing right now, and to be very honest, I'm very optimistic in that front, and I feel like the women cricket is about to reach greater heights.
Right. Shan, what?
Just to take it from there, you said that crowd interest is garnered more. Here, when you played at Southampton, you're playing at Lords tomorrow. I mean, the crowd has been pretty. I mean, it's been a huge turnout. I mean, that's something that we normally don't see in bilateral series, WPL aside. How much of a confidence booster is that for the team in particular? Because playing against a big crowd obviously is a motivator, and also how do you see that?
I definitely see it on a positive side because when you have a lot of supporters in your, in your side, you always feel confident. You always, feel that you feel like that there's a lot of, amount of love from the audience, as well as, I would say support. So in that front, I'm very happy that, and I would really urge a lot of other, people to come and watch us because we're gonna give them a great show.
Right. We'll take some online questions now. Purnima, you can go ahead with your question.
Thank you, Jigar. Hi, Pratika. It's been a dream start for you, in India colors, and it must feel so surreal, the last 8-9 months. And come to think of it, in a year as an India cricketer, you'd be pretty soon, hopefully, playing the World Cup for India. Just you're a psychology student. Just give us an insight into how you keep yourself grounded. Looking at how far you've come in such little time. How do you keep yourself grounded? How do you ensure that you do not think too far ahead. Do not get ahead of yourself.
I think I think it runs in the culture because I feel like every Indian is on a humble side, and I feel like this is how my family has brought me up. And this is how I've been, taught in home to stay humble at all times, and I feel like this has nothing to do with psychology. It's just how I've been brought up in my home. And to be very honest, yes, I do always wanted to play for the country, and I'm very happy that I'm here right now.
Right. Vinayak, you can go ahead with your question.
Thanks, Jigar. Hi, Pratika. Good luck for tomorrow. My question to you is: you've had significant partnerships with Smriti at the top of the order, and Harleen as the next most prolific next most partnership that you've had. What is the difference in batting with Smriti and Harleen? If you could explain that. And just as a follow-up, does strike rate come up in your pre-match discussions? The opening partnership goes at a very brisk strike rate usually with Mandana. Your partnerships with Harleen have been a little slower. Has that been discussed? Dot ball percentages and things like that.
Whenever I bat with Smriti, there's always a mind relieving thing that I'm batting with her. There's no pressure from the other side, or maybe that dot ball percentage that you're talking about. That doesn't take away the fact that I'm not equally responsible. I do share the responsibility of playing at a certain pace. It's just an expression of how wonderfully or tremendously she plays. And with Harleen as well, I feel like there are a lot of different situations. For example, the wicket was on a drier surface yesterday, so it feels like the ball was coming very well, but in reality, the ball was coming a bit slower. So in that situation, I think we managed it very well, and the base that was needed from our side was given to the team, and then Jemmy and then Deepti carried it on very well.
Gomesh, you can go ahead with your question.
Yeah, thanks. Hi, Pratika. All the best for tomorrow's game. Just following up on the partnership thing, since you made your debut, you and Smriti has been the most prolific ODI pair in terms of runs scored, more than 1,000 runs together. As a partnership, how do both of you approach? What kind of conversations go on in the middle, in the first 10 overs to make sure the runs are coming, but also not give early wickets?
So whenever I bat with her, there aren't any hyped conversations. To be very honest, we're just playing a game. We're just enjoying what we do best. Also, whenever I bat with her, I'm in always awe of her batting, of how wonderfully she plays those shots. And whenever I'm on the other side, on the non-striker end, I just feel like that I could contribute as much as I can into the match. Also, what I feel like there's no such pressure when I'm batting with her. Any total that we're chasing, it feels like whenever I'm batting with her, it can be chased down pretty easily.
Yeah, we'll have the last couple of questions now. Niharika, please go ahead.
Hello Pratika, good luck for tomorrow's game. My question to you is regarding to your bowling. Like in the pre-series press conference, Harmanpreet Kaur had said that you were being seen as a sixth bowling option in this ODI team. So, can you just talk a bit about your efforts in terms of bowling skills, like bowling those spells whenever needed, and the work which has gone behind the scenes? Because being an opener and being a sixth bowler requires a lot of fitness side of things work. So, could you just elaborate a bit on that as well?
I'm always happy to contribute whatever is needed from my side to the team, and when that added skill is there, it's always good to have a larger contribution in any game. So we've been working hard very well in the net sessions as well as in the matches. We've been working hard on our bowling. We've been working hard on our spots in what areas that we have to bowl. And I feel it's quite important when a batter can bowl as well. And in terms of fitness, I'm all well for it.